Podcast. Hello, everyone. This is the first I Don't Get It episode without Ashley. How weird is that? It's been 263 episodes, and Ashley has not missed one of them.
Wait, she hasn't missed not one? Are you sure?
Not one.
No, Lauren, that's not true. I think we
if you want to count the one where the guys took over, then she wasn't on it. But she's never been missing from this duo.
There's never been you and just you and me?
Never.
Wait, that's so wild. That's so funny. Well, as you guys know, Ashley brought a human into the world. We're so excited. I can't wait to hear more about Dawson, Lauren. Lauren, you're an aunt now. Is that like so? I feel so like
weird.
That's such a fun part of you to bring out of yourself that I think you probably always wanted to, because you have such an inner mom in you, I feel.
Yeah. She said multiple times, I'm the only person she'll trust with Dawson, like fully to babysit.
That's the best feeling.
I mean, like, it's pretty cool.
He's like also favorite. The cutest ever.
He is so cute, and he's perfect, and he's so easy, but it's just the first 10 days, so
it's crazy.
We'll see how that turns out. He's also a double Capricorn, I think. Double Capricorn.
I thought it was Aquarius.
Is he double? Oh, he's double Aquarius. Double Aquarius. So like moon and sun, which supposedly is going to make him like an emo, antisocial kid, which I'm so excited for.
Wait, what? I'm an Aries sun, Sagittarius rising, and then my moon is Aquarius, and that's like how I basically am I'm like such an Aquarius, actually. I've realized about myself. That's why I love Aquarius men. But Aquariuses are so cool. They like dance to the beat of their own drum, and they're humanitarians, and it's going to be so cool. So anyways, guys, we're going to save, obviously, Ashley's birth story for Ashley to tell. But we are joined today by Mystic Michaela, who we've had on the podcast before. She is our third for the day, and she's going to help us with some baby auras, staying on theme with babies and stuff. Welcome, Michaela.
Hey.
Welcome, Michaela.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Congratulations, Aunt Lauren. So
Thank
excited
you.
for you.
It's so funny. Everyone's like, congratulations. I'm like, I had nothing to do with this, but thank you.
No, you do.
It's so fun being an aunt for the first time, though. It's just so exciting and all those feelings.
It's very nice. Yeah. And I get to like sleep and also enjoy the baby during the day.
Yeah. It's almost like the best. It's like being part-time mom. You get to come in and have fun. Anyways, Michaela, we're excited. We hope this is interesting to people listening, but Michaela has the magical power. And Michaela, maybe reintroduce yourself before I talk about this to people who maybe hadn't heard you on our previous podcast you were on. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so I'm basically an aura reader, and so everybody has colors around them. You can call it the aura. Even if you don't see colors, you feel people's vibes. So everybody, and I'm big on teaching people, like you see auras, you just feel them if you don't see them. So everybody has an energy signature around them, basically. And what I try to do is let people like be aware of your own energy signature. The more aware you are of your aura or your energy signature, your energy, the vibe that you bring forth, the more control you have in your life a lot. And the more you can understand yourself, and the more you can understand like the people around you. So it just makes everything a little bit easier to understand how you authentically operate. So that's what I do. Yeah.
I love that. So we had her on, and you read our auras and told us what colors we were. I have the worst memory, so I think I forgot what color I was. But what's fun about today is Lauren and Ashley and I, even though Ashley's not here, she's always here in spirit, sent Michaela baby photos of us. And you're going to read our baby aura? What's happening?
Tell us about a baby aura. And do our auras change through our life?
Yeah. All right. I love, like, when I do readings, I'm always like, send me a picture of yourself when you're a kid. Because, like, when you're a kid, you're 100%. Like, you're very authentic. Life hasn't really, like, pummeled you down yet. You're not trying to be anything else. You don't have to fit into work or anything. And it's just nice to kind of hear about how you were as a kid, because I think we go through our whole lives trying to reconnect to that in different ways. And it's just cute. It's just fun. So, all right. So
I love this so much because I couldn't agree more. We are like in full alignment when we're children, and we are just pure love and curious and happy for the most part. And
at the end of this,
you're right.
I want to hear any tricks to get back to that childhood aura, kind of.
Yeah. And I think this is good to remember how we were as a kid. And because you're right, we do try to just get back to that our whole lives, I think. And we like forget to play and have fun when we grow up. It's so lame.
Yeah, you put a lot of like who you are kind of in a box sometimes for a lot of different reasons. Like, could be how you were parented, it could just be society, it could just be what job you chose, or like whatever. You can put things away because you don't think that they're important or you're going to survive the way that you authentically are or anything like that. But what I've realized is the more authentically you are yourself, actually the better things work out for you. And I'm sure you two have seen that in your own life. Like when you step into yourself and you're like, you know what? I'm going to put fear aside. I'm just going to approach this as me. Like that's when things really work out and they work out successfully. So, so yeah, I do. All right. So I got baby Naz here and I love
Okay, so the picture I sent you,
I think we're gonna post these on our Insta stories on Monday when this comes out. Okay, so you can see this picture that she's talking about.
This picture just reminds you of like just wearing pantyhose and going to church and not wanting to wear pantyhose or go to church.
Cute.
So I think I asked my father, because you said 2 and above, and I asked my father and he said he thinks I was about 2 in that photo. So
you are the cutest little thing. Okay, so if I was reading you, like let's say you're not you know what I mean? I'm just talking about this kid. So baby Naz, when I look at you, it's a lot of purple. So I feel like as a kid, this, you know, even though you're 2, I bet you were really communicative. I feel like you got a lot to say, a lot of questions. I feel like very mature for your age. I feel like constantly like purple people.
Wait, mature or immature?
Mature. Like old soul. Yeah, like old soul, like getting things a lot quicker than maybe you should. That's the thing. Like you as a kid, and I feel like you're like this now, but you know, you grew into it a little bit, but it can be hard to have people around you who don't get it. Meaning, from a very young age, you probably picked up things that were going on that maybe you didn't have words for, but you knew were happening. So like big themes or vibes or different personalities or conflict or fun things or anything. I get like just an intuitive nature about you as a child. And I also get with you this need to kind of take over and fix it. So I get this kind of like, oh, you're this way. And like I see like little 2-year-old baby Naz like, oh, you're this way. So I'll act this way to accommodate for it or to help or to step in or whatever. So I can see you as a little kid being just kind of like daddy's girl, like very much like let me take over, let me be the big girl, like understanding you're a kid and trying to be older than you are a little bit, but very talkative, but that's what you do for a living. So that's kind of interesting. Like, cause I get like a lot of talking, especially if other people can't, you're like, oh, here, I'll do it for you. Like that kind of feeling.
Oh, that's like you and your brother kind of like you were like always pushing him to talk and stuff.
That's cute. Yeah. Cause I get that on your baby or a photo, like, you want to, this is what you mean. Let me just tell it for you. Like that kind of a thing. So always in other people's energy and then stepping out of it and being like, all right, how can I help you get through your thing? So I get a lot of you taking other people and leading them through things, but you're so little, like for a kid to get that kind of energy and that kind of wherewithal and that kind of intuitiveness is kind of a big deal. Like if you were your mom and I was talking to you about you, I'd be like, this kid has there's a lot going on in her head for her age. And you'll have to worry later on about like anxiety, or you'll have to worry on like later on about, you know, their peers not being as mature as they are, but them trying to fit into that and all those kind of things as you move on in life. So that's what I get from baby Naz's photo. So cute.
Wow. Aww. I love that so much. And I resonate with all of it because I think I am an old soul.
Are you tired of sex podcasts that only focus on how to please your man? Then Sydney in the Sheets is the podcast for you. It's quite the tongue twister. Sydney in the Sheets.
Sydney in the Sheets. Oh, it's such a good podcast because I do feel like, and I know you guys all love sex podcasts because
they're the most interesting.
If you're listening to us, we talk about sex a lot and I love it. And I do feel like a lot of them just focus on like how to please a man. True. And like in every episode for Sydney Page and her podcast, her friends and her talk about like incredible ways to transform your life, like in and out of the bedroom. And I feel like sex podcasts can be intimidating, but this one just feels like they're having a real conversation. It feels like you're sitting with your girlfriends. And not enough people right now are talking about how to make sex a better experience for women, I think. So Sydney in the Sheets, it's a sex positive podcast. It's made by women for women. And yeah, I love that she talks about losing her virginity. She talks about body count. They talk about purity culture, sex positions, lube, literally everything in between.
To listen to Sydney in the Sheets, follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can go listen ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app.
I think I've found that I do shrink myself, Lauren, sometimes, like when I'm around certain energies.
You're a chameleon for other people.
Yeah. And it's always, I think that's why it's always been hard. And I've talked about this before, doing different things on camera for different companies. Cause then I come home and I'm like, who am I?
Oh, yes.
Cause
I do
I'm
that
like,
with men kind of.
Yeah.
Like I give them like all of whatever energy I think they need. And I come back from like a long relationship. I'm like, who was I before that? And who was I before that one? And that one and that one.
Right. Especially, I think in the past, I don't think I would be this way if I dating now, but yeah, in my past, like since this podcast started, 100%. And I think now I'm like trying to surround myself with people that just feel expansive or experiences that feel like expansive. Like I can grow into this and I don't have to make myself smaller to be around this or this group of people or on a date with this person or in this job. And then I think I got bullied in middle school, and I recently realized that in therapy. I don't think I've ever said the sentence "I was bullied."
What did they do to you?
So it's so funny. I've never said this out loud, but I just remember one instance, but I know it was like over the course of years. But I remember we were walking to class one day.
Don't make me cry.
In the hallway. It's going to make me cry.
No.
And there was like, you know, when you're just like in the back of a group of people.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, and this girl, oh my God, it makes me so teary eyed. She like pulled my hair and like, shoved me against the wall.
Oh my God, this is like physical. This isn't just like not being part of the crowd.
I know. I'm like getting emotional because no, it's so good. I love crying. I love processing. I love talking about this stuff. And recently I started EMDR therapy, which I'll tell you about, Lauren, which is way more intense. And I was like, oh my God, I got bullied and that's why, and my brother got bullied a lot because he has learning disabilities. So I think when my brother hurts or when I feel like he's not like belonging, it's like actually really hurtful for me too in my own experience. Cause I think I like really know what that felt like. So yeah, I resonated with like like I don't want anyone in the world to feel that way. It's the worst.
What happened to this girl that did this to you?
I don't know. I've never looked her up. But I mean, I can't say that there are a lot of people in my school that did not get bullied. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's not like it's not like this was an isolated instance
that you can remember. Yeah.
And so I remember there was this one kid too that would just call me DSL. I think I told you that. For like a year.
You were DSL.
And I would like cry.
Everyone.
And I would cry. And now
awful.
I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, I should have owned that. I should have
owned that. Like, everyone's wait till 2013 and everyone's gonna be paying for these lips, and I don't need that.
It's so funny, Michaela, because if you look at that picture of me, I don't think I grew into my lips until like recently.
So, and you're like the cutest little baby, you know, and you're just like, I see that like with, oh my God, now you gotta send me a picture when you were that age, like we're in middle school, Naz, because like I see Chew with Kids is Purple, it like is deeply, I guess, vast energy-ish as you are. It's like, it can be triggering to other children that don't want to stand out because like you kind of naturally do. And what happens in middle school, like you want to get invisible. And I just get your energy, like, and even now looking at you, the way that your energy kind of vibrates, it's very loud. It's actually really hard for people. No, it's a good thing. It's what's made your career. It's like people can't ignore you. You have some sort of like it factor. And it's just something that people want to tell you everything about their lives immediately. You know, that's like not the worst thing. It's just you're somebody that just kind of people just want to like, here's everything about me and da 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 da. Like but in middle school that turns into, oh my God, you're triggering me. I'm going to pull your hair. You know, so
wow.
What does the color red mean in an aura? Because when you said what you thought Naz was, immediately in my head I thought red, but I don't know.
No,
what
she's
that
red and
necessarily
purple.
means.
You just saw it.
Wow.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Oh my God, Lauren, are you into
Lauren,
it? Are you,
aura reader.
Lauren's magical.
I was like, it's either because she looks good in red lipstick or her aura is red.
She's
red is a
purple.
color I resonate with a lot, actually. I
Okay.
think that's a color I really, really resonate
Yeah,
with.
you're purple with like a red sparkle, which kind of shows up more now than it did as a kid. That's kind of like the way it works on you with red. And it's crazy. My daughters are red purple too. So I see a lot of these struggles. Like red purple women tend to get like, I guess, singled out a lot because you got something to say. And you'll stick up for somebody. And you're not going to sit there and let your friend get talked about. You're gonna be like, what are you saying? Like, you know, like you're very much an advocate for people because you know what it feels like to be voiceless or something. And usually they end up being leaders whether they want to be or not. So
Cool.
because your purple doesn't care if you're a leader. You're like, whatever, just I'll do me, and if you want to come, please come, you know, like that. But red is just something about it. It inspires confidence, and you know,
Cool.
yeah.
You've developed red in your life.
I
at
love
you.
that. Well, thank you for that reading. I resonated with it so much.
So fun.
So I sent you a picture of Ashley and I, because you wanted Ashley, and then I sent you one that was too young, so I sent another one.
Yeah, this is you, right?
I don't know
Little
what
you.
That's me, yes.
So cute.
Lauren, you're so cute. I can't.
She's like chowing something.
I may be too young, too. I just asked my dad for whatever he had on his phone.
No, it's great. So
These are pictures my dad shows everyone at a drunk dinner. He's like,
Wait,
"Look at
Lauren, I asked my dad for photos he had in
See?
his phone too. That's so
That
we're
is
so
cute.
Cute
we're
that
so
they have
lucky. I know.
oh, okay. So baby Lauren, sure. I love actually usually babies don't give me colors. They're kind of like they give me vibes or whatever. So the first one you sent, I think, was like infant Lauren. But it
Oh,
was,
yeah. I thought it was supposed to be like as fresh to a newborn as possible.
yeah, it was hysterical though, because like even though usually infants don't give me colors, like yours was kind of like this yellow. It was yellow with like
Wow.
with like I feel like you didn't like being a baby so much. It was kind of like, you know, this is a hassle. Like, I'm bigger than this. Like, I get some energy like, you know what? I don't like all this. This is too much. I don't like doing things your way. I want to do it my way. Like, so when I see you kind of older, like Ashley's obviously like your mother energy
Exactly.
to you.
In every picture, Ashley's holding me,
poking
squeezing
you.
my head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
Ashley's like, you're my baby. And I just get
Exactly.
you being like, okay, I guess I got to go with this. But like your vibe is very independent. So, because you're yellow purple. So yellow purple kids can be a little bit, this is how I want to do things. And I feel like you've had to work a lot in your life to get back your own kind of sovereignty or control of who you are in your identity.
Wow, that is so accurate. That is so accurate. It's only happened 3 years ago when I got sovereignty.
Awesome.
This is fascinating because I feel like everything you like, yeah, Lauren, she's almost like too cool in like the best way. Like she like was already past being a baby. And then it's so true, Lauren. Like you have such a caregiving family and you guys all love each other so much. But I wonder if like a little of you got like your own sense of identity got lost in that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard when people love you so much. Like, it's awesome. But also, you don't want to like make them feel bad or disappoint them or feel like they don't need you, like you don't need them or something. And
True.
so part of your like finding Lauren moment was like, you know, I'm not hurting you by being independent, you know,
Absolutely.
and also like extending that to other relationships or whatever. But like, I just loved your infant photo because I usually don't get colors on infants, but yours was very like if you were like your mom and I was looking at this baby picture and telling you about you, I'd be like, your baby doesn't like being a baby so much. Like, so.
That is so crazy.
That's so funny. You're like too cool for it. And you kind of are the black sheep in your family, Lauren. But like you did march to the beat of your own drum and do your own thing, you know, which I think is dope.
I just want to take a second and talk about this amazing new service I found called FrameBridge because it makes it so easy and affordable to frame your favorite things without ever leaving the house. I think framing is just such a part of adulting that
costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of energy.
It's like a lot of measuring too.
I was just going to say, Lauren, we are in each other's heads. I was just going to say, you have to be good at math.
Our auras are the same today, okay? We're both mathematicians and we're on the same wavelengths.
I love it. And so it's annoying. So if you have art prints, diplomas, whatever it is that you want to hang, framebridge.com is your go-to. All you have to do is go to the website, you upload your photo. They'll send you packaging to safely mail in your physical pieces. And you can actually preview the item online in dozens of different frame styles and gallery wall layouts. And you choose your favorite. They'll give you free recommendations based on their talented designers. So if you're someone where you're like, I don't know where to start, like they got you.
This is like a great gift too, because if you have like a great time with someone and you just send them like a little memory and it's already beautifully framed, I think this is way to go for like in-laws. They would love this. Parents, everyone would love a framed photo.
You're so right, Lauren. I love it.
Instead of the hundreds you'd pay for a framing store, their prices start at $39 and all shipping is free. Plus, our listeners will get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when they use the code GETIT, GETIT. So get started today, frame your photos, or send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use the promo code GETIT to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code GETIT. Again, framebridge.com, promo code GETIT.
And baby Ashley, like, I love these photos of Ashley because she's just like, whatever, you're my baby and I'm going to hold you and everything. So Ashley,
she's like, I think she loved every minute of being alive always. Like, she loved every step along the way. For me personally watching that. I don't even know about the picture.
That's so sweet. Yeah, she loves it. Like, any mood you're in, she wouldn't even care. Like, that you're her baby and this is, she'll hand, she got mommy vibes all the way on you.
Wow.
So she's a really deep blue and purple. You know, now looking at her photos just after having the baby, like on Instagram, because I checked her out before this, I was like zooming in. You know, she's holding little Dawson. I mean, she's so, and being a mom's hard and all that stuff I'm sure she'll talk about, but like, man, she's really sinking into like a more indigo color with her purple. All this means to me is that she loves stepping into other people's energy, seeing what they need and validating them and loving them, all of that.
Oh, yes. She's so good at all that.
So does indigo traditionally mean like kind of like a motherly instinct or Yeah,
usually indigos love like, not everybody loves family, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, usually with indigos, they can only handle a certain amount of people at a time. This is why it always fascinated me. She ended up on The Bachelor and whatnot, but did not surprise me that so many people connected to her because she's so authentic and obviously, like, sensitive and all that. But at the same time, like, that's real to her, and I feel like it can be very, very exhausting for her. So having a baby, you know, all the feelings, but she's really settling into it deeply. I feel like she's going to have a lot of spiritual awakening moments and all sorts of transformations. They're probably already happening. And, but yeah, in her photo, she's actually, it's like baby Ashley, very deep blue for a kid. So like usually kids don't start off indigo. You kind of like evolve into it. But I feel like she always picked up what was going on in the household. She wanted to help mommy out, make sure mommy didn't have too much on her plate. Like, I get her being really helpful all the time, even when she wasn't. She really thought she was, and that could be still the case sometimes.
That is so true.
So she's always trying to help. Like, what do you need? Let me help you. And I don't know, that's her vibe. She's it's hard to probably get mad at her or stay mad at her because you know her intention's always like, but I wanted to help, you know, just for sister stuff. So
that's so true. The indigo, I mean, anyone probably could like see like, you know, Ashley looks so good as a mom, but like the transformative things that have happened only in the past 10 days are kind of crazy.
Wait,
like,
can you tell? Because I haven't gotten a chance to like really, really sink in and talk to you guys.
Like, we were so worried that like Jared was gonna like take over and like do everything, and she was just gonna like, you know, maybe milk the recovery stage a little bit, but when someone offers to like change the diaper, she's like, no, I got it. And immediately does it. No, I got it. Like, just doesn't even wait. Like, she used to be like, oh, I'll get up, procrastinate. But like, she's on the go, wants to do everything. And they like fight over who does the diapers. And I'm like, this is literally the most transformative thing I've ever seen her do. Like, she would accept help from like anyone if they wanted to like get her like an orange juice or something. And she's like, no, I got it. Like, she's got it now. And it's crazy.
And she wants to do it intrinsically.
She really wants to do it.
Wait, that's so true, Lauren, because That's so true. She'll be like, Lauren, will you get up and
Yeah,
go
will you get this? Will you get
water
this? She doesn't
bottle
want
for
anyone
me?
doing it. It's crazy. She's like realizing that she's going to have to do stuff for everyone
That is
for like
so funny.
ever now.
Wait, but is she loving it? It sounds like she's loving it.
Like she doesn't complain about anything. I was helping her last night because Jared went to Rhode Island, and I was like, I'll get up at like the 3 a.m. time, or I'll do like the morning time. But she was up and didn't ask for anything and did all of them. I was like, thanks for letting me sleep.
The
And she was
Indigos
like, yeah, it was
are
fine.
like that. That's an Indigo mom thing. Like they're like,
Crazy.
I'll just be. I don't know. There's something about it. Like they just want to do it themselves, even if
That's
they're
it.
exhausted. They just want to do it themselves.
That's exactly what it is. She just wants, I don't know if she wants to credit or she wants Dawson to love her the most, but
That's
it's
probably
working.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, please, let me.
Yeah, it's
That's
just like
so
you as a
funny.
little baby. She's like, no, you're like. I feel like she was probably pushing your mom out of the way to make sure she was Lauren's number one. Now she has Dawson. so.
True. She would give me cookies in the morning.
Oh,
Wait, really? That's
Yeah,
so
we'd have
sweet.
morning tea parties, basically water and cookies.
adorable.
Yeah.
God, it must have been so fun having Ashley as a big sister growing up.
Yeah, from what
You
I
guys
can
are
remember, I have a
so-
bad memory.
You guys are so lucky.
You checked out Ashley's Instagram. I want to know if you got any colors off Dawson in his first 10
oh
days
yeah.
of
Wait,
life.
let me look
great
at him.
question.
That's a great
Great
question. Let me look.
Also, Lauren, isn't it interesting the three of us were different colors when we were little?
That is so true. I mean,
There's
I feel
only
like, I feel like
8
we would.
colors. Yeah, I guess we're all so
I feel
different.
like we would, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I'm looking at little Dawson. So
He's
yeah,
so cute.
So with babies again, I'll get like sometimes
so
a
hard,
vibe more than a color, and he feels like he, and there he's new. You know what I mean? And how old did you say? Like 10 days. So
10 days
he's
or
still
11 days.
waking up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like the vibe off of him is a little stubborn. So I can see him being, and like, listen, all babies are a little different, but I can see him being very set in his ways, especially as he gets older. And then we're talking baby talk. So like his routine or who takes care of things or whatever. So get in there, Lauren, because he's going to have favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to have favorites. And he's going to be like one of those babies that if you hand him off, like some babies are like, oh, anybody can hold them,
Yeah.
Dawson's not going to be, I don't think he's going to be like that. I feel like he's going to be like, no, hell no. Like I am not going to that person or that person. He'll
That's
have
the way
his
Ashley
favorites.
was when she was younger. Like if the wrong person held her, she'd freak out.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta fly out there now and get my stock in.
You
Damn.
do. Like leave a blanket for him to smell while you're gone or
Yeah,
something.
I'm gonna put like
a
it's gonna
dog.
smell like La Labo in LA.
You got to send a picture of yourself and be like, tape it in the crib. Like just Naz's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just me smiling at him as a 2-year-old with my purple aura.
Yeah.
I love it because babies can see auras, so like they love that, and you're purple like mommy, so like he can recognize that maybe. So get in
So
there.
we change color as we get older, or no?
Yeah,
like I'm
like-
always gonna be purple red, or how does that work?
Yeah, usually you're kind of a certain way. After like 2 or 3 years old, it sets. And then you're that way for the most part throughout your life. But stuff happens. So I'll see people wear like different colors if they're going into jobs or, relationships, or they're going through something or something awful happens to them, and they'll kind of wear something I call an inauthentic color. It's kind of like it's like a coat of armor that you wear to get through something. When I see people wear inauthentic aura colors, it's because they don't feel like they can get through life as they authentically are.
That is so interesting. One of the most frequent topics that I talk about every single day of my life is thinning hair. And I talk about it with almost every single client I have. And with almost every single client, I say Nutrafol is the way to go. If you're having hair loss and you're self-conscious about it, try Nutrafol and you're going to see a difference within 60 days. So keep on that. If you start taking Nutrafol, keep taking it until you see a difference. And I promise you will.
And I could tell you guys, Lauren is absolutely right. As someone who has been taking it over 3 months now, I do have extensions in my hair. So if you guys look at pictures on my Instagram, but I have been waiting for my hair to grow, and I noticed that my actual hair is getting thicker, is getting longer, faster. And that makes me so, so happy.
It's a 100% drug-free, which is amazing. It's full of vitamins and botanicals, and it definitely works. 72% of men saw more scalp coverage, and 86% of women saw an improvement in their hair growth after 6 months. So whether you're experiencing thinning or not, you deserve to have hair as strong as you are, and Nutrafol can help you achieve your best hair growth naturally.
Exactly. So I take 2 tablets in the morning, 2 right before I go to bed. It's super easy. When you subscribe, you'll get their monthly delivery, so you never miss a dose. And shipping is free, and you can pause or cancel at any time. So if you want to grow thicker, healthier hair and support the I Don't Get It podcast, go to Nutrafol.com and use our promo code GETIT. You'll save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer available anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. So free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com. That's spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code GET IT for hair as strong as you are.
I'd love you to meet some people I know when you tell me if they have inauthentic auras.
Well, I bet a lot of people go to you with like the people they are dating or married to, right? And they're like, tell me what color this person is.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like if it's...
Dude, are there like is there
yeah,
compatibility with colors?
Oh, yeah. Yes, for sure. Yeah. I mean, listen, anybody can make things work. You know, there's always exceptions, but there's certain colors I see do better together than others. Like, for example, with Jared, he's green. Greens always do great with indigos, and that's like Ashley, you know? So they they work, that just kind of like works well together, because greens kind of sometimes need somebody to read their mind, and indigos are pretty good at that. So...
Oh my God. Ashley literally reads Jared's mind and tells him about his
life. It's like, he's hungry.
Wait, that's
crazy.
so funny.
So I'll see that, or I'll see like sometimes like red people don't do as great with green people, like that kind of relationship, because they can butt heads because they have different ways of doing things or whatever. So
can I text you a couple pictures of potentials after this?
Yes, please do.
So fun.
It's my favorite thing to do. I'll just be like, you know, but everybody has free will, and you can definitely make something work if you are both on the same page. Intention matters more than aura, obviously. Right. You know, if you want to make something work, you can. A lot of it's just about understanding how other people work and not holding them to the same like way that you are, because people are different. So I see that a lot with people.
Interesting. I find it ironic that I'm purple, because I think most people listening know I hate purple.
You hate purple, like the color purple?
Yeah, remember? Wasn't there like, there was like a day where everyone's like leaving purple hearts on my...
Oh yeah, you're like, why is it purple? Why? Oh, you're like, why is I don't get it? We have a lot of like I don't get iters. I feel like our color is purple, and
why do I hate purple? I'm trying to like purple now. I think I just have to find my purples. It's too vast of like, there's so many different ones.
Well, I have a question for you. If I make it like more metaphorical with the aura thing.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there's parts of you that you constantly like work on that are like who you are, but like maybe you're not thrilled with or something. Like, because I feel like you're a very organized person, but I feel like you have to work on that or something. Or I feel like you're the type of person that doesn't like when, I guess, you feel chaotic or something like that. Does that make sense?
Can you like explain further? What do you mean? Like,
so purple people are usually especially the industry you're in, like purple people are usually the creatives, which is what you are. But I feel like, and I don't know exactly everything that you do, but I feel like you're on the other end of it too, which is more like the production or like the more organized parts of things. And I feel like that's unique to you. I feel like maybe a lot of people that you work around on the other end of things, or the behind the camera things or whatever, are more kind of like the stereotypically, societally addressed as organized or whatever. And I wonder if you struggle sometimes with yourself, like, I don't feel like the rest of them, or I gotta do this my way and they're doing it their way, or I gotta catch up, or I gotta like align myself with what the heck they're talking about or something.
I feel like it could be that you are the most organized in like type A, that seeing other people work in another way drives you nuts.
Maybe. I think I'm pretty good at working with other people, but yeah, that does drive me nuts. Yeah. I don't know if you're into human design, or do you?
I know what it is, but I don't know mine.
I don't know what that is.
It's really cool. It's like a mix of, it's like your body graph and basically how you're programmed, but it mixes astrology, numerology, I Ching, and I'm a 6'2", so there's 6 different combinations of numbers you can be.
Oh yeah, okay. Is it like an enneagram?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I'm
That's
so bad
different.
at this stuff.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's like the INFJ thing or something. Yeah.
Okay.
But 6 stands for role model and 2 stands for hermit, which I really.
It's funny.
So it's like I get my energy by being alone. But anyways, I say that because sometimes it goes up to number 6 and there's different levels. Like let's say in a house, and so number 2's, the way it's been described is like someone that's dancing like in a living room and people are outside looking at them through the window and they're like, oh, that person's such a good dancer. But the 2's are kind of like aloof. Like they're like, what? I didn't know I was a good dancer. And then 6's aren't even in the house. They're like on the roof. So when you say like to feel disconnected, I think I do always feel that way. I think I feel
you
like
have a paradox of like who you are, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I don't know, like a mermaid in the water. Like I like see everyone on land, but I feel like I'm like out here.
Interesting. I gotta take this test or human graph or whatever it is.
Yeah, everyone should get into human design. It's fascinating.
Human design, human graph.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
I have a kind of a bizarre question. I don't know if like you would base yourself in like the psychic realm, but like could you like solve a crime? Like say you look at a picture of JonBenet Ramsey as like a child or whatever, because she was a child, obviously. Could you see an aura of like kind of like what happened to her, what she was feeling or anything like that? And I hope everyone out there listening knows who JonBenet Ramsey is. She was murdered as like a 4-year-old. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the way that I work is, so I can't watch shows like that. Like everyone's into true crime and stuff like because it's too like triggering for me. Or like on the news if they have like missing person or something like. I hate to see it because I can tell if somebody's dead or not. So
that is so crazy.
And I hate it because I don't feel like I should. I feel like it's not my business, you know. And I don't always have answers. I just know if they're dead or not. Like if they're missing. Okay. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Also,
that must be so hard for you to live with, though.
I'll tell you
like,
a story.
I could technically help. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. I was when my now 6-year-old was an infant down here. I was up at 3 a.m. feeding her, and there were, and I turn on, I'm watching local news or whatever, and these 2 like 12-year-old boys, I don't know if you remember the story, it was a long time ago, but it was a big deal down here in Florida. They went out on a boat and were missing, and they had their pictures, and I knew they were dead. Yeah. And I felt the one trying to tell me, contact my mother, and I was like, oh my God. It was just so powerful. So I found her on social media, and I never flip and do this, okay? And I didn't know he was dead yet. So, I waited until enough time went by, and they were like, listen, we stopped the search. And but I knew that he wanted to tell her I died right away. That was the first thing. Because, what do you worry about? Did they suffer? Were they, that's what I would worry about as a mother. And he needed to tell her, I died right away. I need you to know I hit my head and I died right away. So I ended up contacting the mother, but I never heard back. But I felt the need, and I didn't want to seem like a crazy psychic trying to get famous for it. Because I didn't tell anybody. I just DM'd her privately as a mother. Just this is what I just need you to know this, and just I'm walking away from it, and that's it. Like take what I don't know. So that
if there wasn't a direct message from the son, you would have been like, he's dead. They're gonna find him, whatever. But like since you can't like disrespect him from even contacting you, like you kind of had to do it.
It was such a strong
to live with that. Yeah.
And I just wanted, and I don't know if it. So with JonBenet, for example, like. When I step into it, I get feelings about it, but then I also feel like it's not my business, especially with Gabby Petito, for example. A lot of psychics were on TikTok and stuff talking. I'm like, that's not my freaking business. I don't want to talk about it because I felt like it was, for me and my own morals, like it wasn't appropriate for me. But I also couldn't watch it, and it was really stressful and upsetting. And I get and I get feelings about it, and I feel like I was correct about what happened. But at the same time, it's like, what are you going to, what good would it bring,
Right.
True.
All right. It's okay. Ashley's not here, but we still got to do it, Lauren. It's Rothy's time.
Everyone, Rothy's is in the building. Ashley's not here, who's absolutely their most diehard fan, but we're going to represent over here. We love Rothy's as well. They're the most comfortable, machine washable shoe ever.
And they're durable. It's literally like buying a pillow for your feet. And like, we need to take care of our feet. They hold us up every day, all day, forever and ever until we die. And that's a little dire, but it's true.
It's so true.
Rothy's has casual and dressy styles for both men and women. I promise you will find exactly what you need. And again, for men too. But not only do they have their comfortable flats, which you guys have heard us talk about before, Meghan Markle loves them, but they have sneakers, loafers, ankle boots. And People magazine actually named Rothy's best-selling shoe, The Point, the, quote, best flat of their 2021 Style Awards. So this is styleable. It's
stylish and sustainable. That's incredible.
Thank you.
The best part is that they save the planet. They've repurposed millions of water bottles into their signature thread that goes into every single one of their products. So hit the new year in stride with a fresh pair of Rothy's. New customers get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/getit. That's ROTHYS.com/getit.
Is there a way for people listening to look up what their aura is on the computer, or do they have to meet with someone that has special gifts like you do?
I have taken the time in my life throughout like all the thousands and thousands of readings I do to try to really personify each color to the point where it's not general, it's like very specific. So I feel like a lot of people that listen to the podcast and come over to my social media can kind of figure it out. And that's my whole point, because I'm a teacher. You know, I was a teacher a long time ago. So I really want to teach people to kind of, I call it aura explain themselves. So I have like a quiz on that's like a BuzzFeed quiz on my bio. You can take that. And I have a lot of just like stuff you can do on there to figure it out.
Where can they find the quiz, and can you tell us what questions are on there, just so like they can sort of start thinking about
let me bring
them?
it up. It's at Mystic Michaela is my Instagram, and it's just the link in bio. Let me get the quote.
Can you spell Michaela?
Yes, it's like Michael with an A, so it's Michaela.
Mystic Michaela.
So, like, for example, like, what are you drinking with your friends on a Saturday night is the first question.
Okay.
Wine, expensive wine, frozen slushy drink, beer.
There's a difference there.
That is. Beer.
Wait, so this is so funny. Yeah. This can help you tell like what color someone is?
Yeah, it's fun. This has an amazing accuracy, this BuzzFeed quiz. I swear to God. Like, everybody gets it. And then I was like looking at people after. I'm like, yes, I agree.
Bing, bing,
like,
bing. Wow.
Yeah. Like, it had an amazing accuracy. That's what I mean. Like, kind of your aura, the way that it exists is in the nuances. So if you really...
Would it make sense for me to order the beer?
I'd be drinking the beer too.
The beer, right. I find that aura colors exist in the nuances. If you can kind of really go into the nuances of your life, like how you even handle voicemail, how you work out, how you how quickly you text back somebody or something.
How quickly you text back is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
What colors are those? And please send them all my way.
The people that don't text back, I mean... like you probably will text back each other quickly, but if it's a stranger or somebody you don't want to talk to, usually purple people wait on that. Like, we're just gonna wait on that.
I've gotten better at that too.
You have to make yourself be good at it.
Never texted someone back within the same day.
I know Lauren doesn't. I've gotten better at being more Becca Tilly about it.
What does Becca Tilly do?
I'm calling Becca out now. I think Becca's really good at, I mean, I don't know her life. But she also, like you, will get back when she has time. Whether that's like a day or days from now. And I think for me, I just want to get it off my to-do list.
That's so you. I have a question now that we're on Becca Tilly, which is transferring over to The Bachelor. Are you currently watching this season of The Bachelor?
You know, I'm not. I know Colton and Colton's color, but I have not been keeping up. Like, something happened.
Clayton.
Sorry. Oh my God.
Everyone does that. Everyone
it's
does
so
that.
similar. It's so similar.
He's like,
no, I wanted to know what you thought of, oh my God, why can't I remember
why don't we
her
have
name?
her read
Shanae.
Clayton's aura?
Read Clayton, and I want to know Shanae, because there's the big 2-on-1 coming up this week, and I figured you could see which color would win in this war.
Lauren, I haven't been watching this season. Is it amazing? Or because I've been hearing people are torn. I've heard people are telling me Clayton's boring, but the cast is good. Like, what are your thoughts?
I think that Clayton is boring, but I think usually the lead is usually boring. But Shanae Shanae is probably the most interesting part of it because she is authentically herself and being a bitch. I think she's hilarious.
I'm going to look her up right now.
I think she's so funny. Obviously, the villain's the funniest part of the whole thing.
Shanae Ankney. Ankney?
Yeah. I don't know her last name, but Shanae and what is her name? Genevieve?
Oh, I love
Genevieve?
that name. I love
are going on
Genevieve.
the 2-on-1, and I'm pretty sure that Genevieve is going to win out on top on this one. But
damn, really?
Yeah.
I got to tune in. I'm going to
just at least watch a 2-on-1 and then go from there.
And then go from there. Mm-hmm.
Clayton's yellow blue. And they did 2 yellow blues in a row because Michelle was yellow blue too. Huh. And yellow blues, I don't know how else to say it. They're like the best people usually, but they can be kind of boring, for TV. Oh. For TV, they're like a real normal person. So
yeah. I like that. And I've said on multiple podcasts and stuff that it doesn't, just like Lauren Conrad on The Hills, like as long as there's stuff going on around the person, the lead person does not have to be this like riveting dynamic I think it's better when they are, and also like good for Clayton for being a regular person.
A nice like yellow blue.
A nice yellow blue.
Yeah, and because Michelle was super like normal. And then, just like normal meaning made choices. Everyone's like, okay, that makes sense. Or even if you didn't understand it then, maybe you understand it now or something. He feels like though he does that yellow person thing. You don't really do this, Lauren, but like I feel like Clayton does. Like where
Tell me now.
It's like
Lauren's the yellow red, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Lauren, you're yellow purple. Lauren's yellow purple.
Oh, yellow purple. That's what I meant. You're yellow purple.
Like
okay.
yeah, but like he does this. I call it, I don't know, future binging. It's kind of like you jump too far into the future. Sometimes yellow people do this because you're so good at kind of like looking down the line always for like, okay, what's next or what to prepare for or this could happen and then this could happen. And then it's like future binging and it's like, whoa, slow your roll. Like get back.
Future binging.
Yeah.
Yes.
I future binge then do nothing to really help the problems.
Then
like
you
I'm like, oh, that's something to worry about. And then I don't worry about it.
Yeah. So.
That's so funny. See, I call it future tripping.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that. That's a good one.
Because I think, especially in dating, when you meet someone, like it's so easy to fall down that rabbit hole of future tripping. Like, what it would be like. And I think it's really important to not future trip.
Yeah, like be in the moment. Like so important to like find any nuggets you can in the present moment. But it's hard for Clayton, I think, to do that. So,
whoa. Do you future trip, Lauren?
I definitely used to. Obviously in relationships, I don't really trip anymore. But speaking of, I just emailed you a picture of my fiance and I want to know his colors.
That's funny.
That's great.
Yellow purple people like you, Lauren, they can do this thing where it's like either I'd go 100% or I'm not even bothering. Like it's all like, like all or nothing.
I always say failure is an option.
Lord. Like it is an option. Oh, he's cute. Where are you in this picture? You're not in Niagara Falls, are you?
Yeah, we are.
Stop. That's like where I'm from originally.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I want to go there.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Okay, what's his name?
Hunter.
So he's very blue, which he's nice, and he's blue. Is he yellow or green?
I think he's yellow.
So,
I don't know.
He could be. The thing with like yellow guys or yellow kids, yellow boy kids, it's hard to stay yellow in our society. But so sometimes they'll like turn green, but he's like kind of like, you can tell he's probably a yellow blue and maybe he does like a green person job, which would be like money or tech or something like that or whatever. But like with him, to me, he feels like a do-gooder. Like he just wants to be a good guy and do the right things, and he's a good communicator and he feels really helpful and he doesn't want to be at the forefront or anything. He'd rather just like...
Did you just have a full-on interview with Hunter? Because that's what he is. Like literally the best person, like everyone, no one's ever said a bad thing about him. He always wants to be helpful. He's always on time. Like all the things.
Yellow blues are the best, man. I
asked because I was like, Clayton's a nice guy, but I knew that Hunter and him would have similar colors.
Whoa.
Wow.
I knew it.
And then you're kind of good at this. I have to say
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any like celebrity auras that you think would go together as like a couple that you thought would be a good match that hasn't been together yet? Like two celebrities or something?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I always, when I watched The Bachelor, I always would do that. I'd be like, why didn't this person go with this person? Or like even different seasons, but I can't remember anybody's name right now.
Right.
I always thought, and I'm going back. Ian Summer. I'm a Vampire Diaries like freak.
Okay.
I
think a lot of listeners are, yeah.
Okay.
You are a vampire.
And I'm obsessed with Nina Dobrov and Ian Somerhalder, and I can't let it go. I cannot let it go. And then they're both in happy relationships. No, but they were. And I hate like dissing their current, because they seem very happy in their current relationships, and that's very sweet. But it's just something about their connection. I really wish they were together. It's a weird thing that I have a problem with not letting go of.
Together in real life?
Yeah, they were. They used to be. But then
that's right.
Yeah.
But now she's with Shaun White.
Yes. And they look
She's
very happy.
Shaun White?
Yeah, Shaun White just retired. She's at the Olympics with him, and he just retired and like shredded. Yeah.
That's so cool. I think that's kind of like a Bella oh my God, an Edward Cullen sort of thing for us. Is like we kind of in the real life we want Kristen Stewart and Rob Pattinson,
which is wild because, as you know, I just interviewed Pattinson, and Kristen Stewart's nominated for an Oscar, and I'm like, wow, like how crazy that they both came from Twilight, and they're having like massive years right now, or moments right now.
Yeah.
I want to see that movie so because you interviewed her for her Spencer, right?
No, I didn't interview her. I interviewed Rob, but I saw Spencer and I'm obsessed with it, and I want her to win the Oscar for it.
Excited.
But I was just thinking like how both of them are just sort of at the height of their careers right now.
Yeah, they have like a peak year together. That's really cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His aura seems like I couldn't even pin him with any other human.
Yeah, what is Robert Pattinson's aura? That's a good one.
An untouchable almost.
Yeah,
he's the best.
He's really cool. Like he feels like not of this earth a little bit. Like so,
exactly.
Yeah, otherworldly. Is he an Aquarius?
I don't know.
He has to be an Aquarius.
Let me find out for you guys.
Let's find out.
I have no idea.
We're going down to Robert Pattinson hole now. Can
he's-
you tell us his aura?
Yeah, he's super indigo. He's got purple and green. So he's like a tricolor, which is very rare. And I feel like he just like is in his feels, which is like the indigo thing. But then he's also feels like his artistry probably goes past like what anybody has given him in a way. Like I feel like he has so much more potential that we're going to see coming up in all sorts of areas moving forward. I wonder, you would know better because you just interviewed him, but like I wonder if he waits for like the perfect roles and he doesn't like compromise himself.
Yeah, he's been very strategic with what he's been doing post Twilight. And a lot of people, when a lot of people heard that he was casted as Batman, the people that were like, were the people that haven't seen any of his recent stuff, because he's done really incredible indie, like outstanding performance. Like the Lighthouse is one of the greatest. Lauren, how did we do that at the same time? That was really cool. I cannot wait to see him as Batman, because to be Bruce Wayne in Batman, you have to be like so dark and so charming, but this Bruce Wayne is kind of like a Kurt Cobain. Like he's a recluse, and he's been like out of it. And I'm like, yes, Pattinson's gonna nail this. Granted, I haven't seen it yet, but I just have a feeling after meeting him.
Because he's a Taurus, and let me read you what it says. Taurus is born on May 13th, which is his birthday, are rare individuals who possess unique and special talents. There is a dark side to these people, yet they are rarely moved to reveal this aspect of themselves. Wow, that's exactly him.
It's so good. My ex was a Taurus, and the two guys before them were Taurus. I love Tauruses, but they don't like me. It's okay. So interesting.
Whoa. Yeah, he's so
I have
emotional.
Oh, sorry.
I love it. No, just having a moment.
What are your thoughts? Oh, I'm sorry. I saw your post on twin flame loves, and I thought that twin flame loves were just like soulmates, but what's the difference?
you know,
Yeah, like are Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly twin flames?
I don't
for
like to
real?
argue with people. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, if they're like, we're twin flames, I'm like, all right, you do you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
What is it?
Like,
Yeah.
the way that I interpret it, and that's the thing, like, you know, sometimes I have my own vibes or whatever. First off, when I do a reading and somebody's twin flames, I get sweaty, which is like a really gross side effect. When
Gross
people-
intuition, but yeah.
Yeah, like when people send me photos of them and they're like, what about this guy from my past? I'm like, oh, I get like sweaty. I'm like, there it is. That's kind of the vibe with twin flames. Like, they're very, first of all, it's kind of like you meet them and they're perfect for you, but the timing's never right. So usually twin flames don't work out. Interestingly enough, I feel like Ashley and Jared are, but they obviously fit together so perfectly and they work so well together. But they, you know, usually twin flames struggle to get together, and when they get together, it's like just it all works. If it does work out, that's it. If it doesn't, it's like a constant runner chaser situation. Like, one's the runner, one's the chaser, then the other one's the chaser, then the other one's the runner. Like,
So that's
back
like the
and forth.
Mr. Big dynamic.
Yeah, like that's like a twin flame narrative, like Mr. Big and Carrie, and that's why it was weird. It worked out, you know, but then it's fiction. But
They
anyways,
corrected it, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so twin flames usually have like some special characteristics, like they have telepathic communication, or you're thinking about them and then they call you, or you're usually going through the same things at the same time in life. So it's interesting when you talk about like Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, like they're kind of going through the same kind of things at the same time in life.
Whoa.
When they're with each other, it invokes a lot of emotion from people around them. So it's kind of like a passionate, powerful connection that other people get like really inspired by and pulled into.
So would you
you tell-
suggest someone chases their twin flame love, or just
I think-
strive for an ending? Or
You also learn, I think the purpose of the twin flame is to also like to learn so much from them.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
About like where you're at, I think, right?
Yeah, if you have a twin flame relationship, you learned a lot about it. Cracks you open to like who you're supposed to be, because like you'll be like, who am I? Like, why am I chasing this person? And they're clearly not in the right headspace or something. Like you actually get so in touch with yourself. It can accelerate your growth as a person. It can accelerate your spiritual growth. Twin flame, they're never toxic though. I always feel like that's the wrong narrative. Like, because a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, they're not emotionally abusive. They're just annoying. It's like the unrequited romance that it just never quite worked out, but you needed it to so bad. And having a twin flame relationship makes music a lot more interesting to listen to. Like, that's the greatest thing that comes from it.
sounds awesome.
And heartbreak in general.
Yeah,
It's very
love
bittersweet.
Listening to music
love
when I am in a space of heartbreak. Wow. Well, damn, this is like we've covered so much.
I wanted to
twin
know your
flames.
thoughts on.
I want to know if Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are real twin flames.
I mean, I don't feel it, but at the same time, if they say so, great. Like, let them live their weird life together with long
They're
nails
just
or
such
whatever.
tryhards. Like
They-
they just
yes!
they're trying.
Guys, I think they're so cool. I love
They're
I'm with
cool for
Lauren.
sure, but like they're just trying so hard to be that weird couple that it's almost like they're the most normal couple. Like they're trying to like make everyone like, ooh, so scared and so emo and crazy. It's like, but if you were actually that crazy, you wouldn't say those things. Like if you actually drank her blood, you probably wouldn't say I drank her blood, you know? Anyway, that's
I
my
agree.
take on
I'm
them.
like, okay, like I just, you two do you, like whatever. I feel like my husband's so funny because like he'll pay attention to me, like, oh my god, look, they're drinking each other's blood or whatever, like, or her post like, we do things that would make the devil cry or something. And Scott's like, my husband's like, they're probably on drugs or something. Like, what is that? Like, that doesn't even like. What freaky thing are you doing that somebody else
could you
isn't?
Possibly be doing
What could you
exactly.
possibly be doing together on the
possibly
kitchen
be
counter
doing?
that somebody else
I
couldn't
know.
do?
With,
All right,
children.
guys. Enough
Okay.
hating on Megan and MGK.
I think
I'm getting
I love
offended.
looking at them. Okay, I love looking
They're
at them.
gonna have cute
Whatever.
little emo babies, so I'm excited
Yeah.
for them.
What are your thoughts on Zendaya and Tom Holland, which is like
Wait,
America's
so they are
sweetheart
going to
right
have
now?
babies? Wait, we just skipped over that.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if they do,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she already has 3 babies. I mean, she's a busy woman.
Yes.
True. Okay, sorry. We can move on. I just didn't know if that was like a prediction that you had.
Maybe
and I was like, oh my
emo
God,
puppies.
exclusive. Megan Fox is pregnant.
emo
I'm sure
dogs,
it won't be long. It won't
emo
be long.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Oh yeah, my question was about Zendaya and Tom Holland. Because I think
I
they
love
just
them.
bought a home together, and I love them so much.
I love them. They're just so real and authentic. And Zendaya is like great. She's purple blue. So I love that she like was a Disney star and now she's super dark in this like Euphoria role. It just shows like her. And that's like such a purple blue thing too. Like you can go into something and become it for the role. And it just speaks to she can show darkness, she can show lightness. She's so versatile. And I feel like that's just she's a really mature old soul person. And Tom's like he seems great. Like he's green blue, so he's got his head on straight. So he's in this industry, but I feel like he also understands that there's a lot of superficiality within it, and he's not going to fall victim to it. So they're young, but not.
Yes, he's such a real human. They are just so real. You know, they're like the real deal.
Have you interviewed
And
them?
I feel like they were friends for so long.
I actually interviewed Tom for Uncharted on a Tuesday, and I interviewed Rob on a Wednesday, and I looked back and I was like, I talked to Spider-Man and Batman this week.
Oh
That's
my
fucking
God.
awesome.
So cool.
Tom
Awesome.
Holland, I interviewed him once before, or actually twice before. He is, I think he's my favorite actor in Hollywood right now. Because
No one's ever said a bad thing about him.
He's so real and humble, and he's huge, and he wants to do more, and he's an incredible actor. And there's something about when he shows emotion on screen, whether it's a Spider-Man or something else, like I believe it. I feel it viscerally. He's very warm, and that's my interpretation of him.
He treats everyone around him really well. This is all I'm gathering just from like interviews, whatever. Like I feel like he's so nice to you, Naz. I feel like he's so nice to anyone, and he's not like, well, let's get these interviews over. He's kind of like, let's do it. You know, I'm like, I love that.
Yeah, he's so cool. I hope they get married.
I know. I would love that.
love
That'd
them.
be very unique babies.
And I love that Zendaya flipped the I don't know, the narrative that like so many women hold that they don't want to date shorter men.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you know, I think she made people rethink.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love my
Zendaya
dad
can
was
do
short.
it. So can we.
I love short guys. Like, you know, they try a little harder too.
True. That's true. Any other questions?
I don't know. I think that's like pretty.
Colors?
No, I think. Do you want to? So, before we let you go, everybody take the quiz again. It's Mystic Michaela. Can you just spell out your Instagram handle one more time?
Yeah.
And then also tell us, just maybe go through every color and just maybe give us one sentence on like what that color is. That way, when people take the quiz, they can come back and listen and hear what you have to say.
Oh, great idea.
colors.
Okay. So, yeah, it's Mystic Michaela, MYSTIC MICHAELA. And there are 5 main aura colors and 3 little, like, off aura colors. So reds are direct, assertive, they take charge. Good natural instincts. Blues are naturally empathic and sensitive. They're compassionate, thoughtful givers. Yellows are organized and curious multitaskers who seek constant self-improvement and love direct, honest communication. Purples are creative, intuitive rebels that change a lot and love artistic outlets. Greens are logical and intellectual, detail-oriented thinkers who crave passionate projects which promote challenging self-growth. Did you know that? Can you tell I've done this like a million times?
Yeah.
We love it. It's so helpful.
And then there's turquoise, indigos, and pinks. Turquoises are compassionate, like old soul mirror, really reflective reflectors. Indigos are all-absorbing empaths, like human lie detectors. And pinks are optimistic, childlike. Britney Spears is a pink. So that's what you have to know about pink people right there.
That makes sense.
Wow, I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for reading our baby auras. Yeah, we always love having you on. Yes, absolutely. And I love that we got to talk about Dawson in it.
Yeah.
Because that's super exciting for us. So thanks, Michaela. We hope you guys have a great day. Subscribe, tag I Don't Get It podcast. Let us know in the Facebook group what you thought, what your aura is. And share it with the world. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy podcast on your podcast app.
I don't get it.
Podcast.